y'all.
Hello.
How y'all doing? How y'all doing?
Y'all sleepy?
How you doing?
Girl, I ain't even gonna
I,
worry
I
about my.
always feel like my neck is like quite not aligned with my body when I'm doing this. Like right now, this is I think straight up and down, but it doesn't feel right.
Okay. Look, that'll be part of our after party workshop.
I think I walk around like this, but I don't know it. Like
we're gonna get it together. We're gonna get it together. Look,
okay, bean crisp.
Huh?
Oh, I thought I heard those bean crisps.
No, I rolled
she
them
done
up.
put them away for the.
So I
baby,
was in everybody's ear.
I actually already had on black tonight. I was in compliance.
You usually always have on black. I felt like you would appreciate.
I love
the black attire.
I love
me. On the other hand, I was finna be like, all I gotta do is put on a little makeup, and I'm gonna be fine. Then I saw it, so I gotta go change my shirt. Just red sweater.
You could have interpreted black however you wanted to today.
That's okay. This is more comfortable than that sweater, so I'm fine.
I mean, because I literally just slid in here about 10 minutes before
I started going to countdown.
See, I'm just trying to make sure y'all little friend don't run in here. So I ain't have time. Huh?
It's too early for her to come right now. She doesn't come until like 11 o'clock at night.
Oh
so
yeah, I just heard somebody pretty much be like, just stop her in her track. She was like, "What?" They were like, "You can't go downstairs."
Like you're not going anywhere. My fellow Gemini is coming. She'll be here.
She'll be like, "Wait, it's time. Wait, let me do this. Hold on.
Let me get ready. Hold on."
She's like, "Wait, they're waiting for me." So
she's like, my public needs to see me.
Oh, my public has called.
Child, y'all help me. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, so ladies, today, we are. But apparently, I was wrong about that. So it's actually not the season finale. This is the show before the season finale of Love and Marriage Huntsville, because I went back through and I watched. So what they're doing, so next week we'll see the behind the scenes, and they are actually calling that the season finale and not this one.
Oh, that behind the scenes looks good though.
It does. So we'll get to hear a lot of stuff that that they've been talking about regarding Love and Marriage Huntsville. But so tonight we're reviewing the episode, which is episode 19 of season 2. This is the longest ass season, y'all. And only because they had to stop filming because of COVID. So they did half and half. They did some pre-COVID and they did some post-COVID. So, that's understandable because people have had to really change the model of how they've been filming shows and everything. Once, they got the clear to move forward, then they definitely moved on that. So that's why it feels like this has been like 2 seasons, but it's actually the second part of season 2. I know, right? Like, I'm tired. Mel done had a whole baby, and within 1 season, and the baby then almost had a birthday in this same season. So this just goes to show you how long it's been. So anyway, as today's episode opens up, we see Mel and the kids. Y'all done had to pull my glasses out.
Not your glasses.
My good readers. Mel and the children are all dressed up, getting their hair done, the face fixed up, and they are getting ready to take some African-inspired pictures because Melody is explaining that this is, basically the new chapter in her life is about to start. She's closing the chapter on being married. She's now looking at raising her children and being divorced. And she says she's a single mom, but I want to say that I want to say more so like a mom that happens to be single because she's not raising them on her own. She's still co-parent.
She's a co-parent.
So
I
yeah,
have a big
I don't know if
people who say single parent and you have an active other, participant, you are a parent.
Yeah, I think you're a co-parent that's single, and that's just. I mean, y'all let me know if I'm right or wrong about that.
No, you're right.
You need to put single in there. Just say you're a co-parent.
I am a single parent.
This is
I am a single parent.
Yeah, right. Like this is a whole other life. I always come up with whole other lives and stuff.
Right, yeah, because we're gonna have to have a whole series, and we're gonna have to call them a whole other life because that's gonna be the name.
I have a big thing on the term single parent.
Yeah,
right.
Because some people use it. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, stop.
Yeah,
stop.
I mean, we've had these conversations that as they say, it's a misnomer a lot of times.
It's a G word.
You said a learning word.
Prince used a school word.
Yes, baby. Let's use some of them ACT and SAT words and stuff, baby. That's what we're talking about. I done spent enough of my life talking to Miss Utley in etymology. I might as well get it right. So, so yeah, and I did have a little bit of an issue with that because I think they are more co-parents than anything. And the only other thing is, perhaps they're going to have to learn how to navigate this. So this is not, two people who just kind of was slapping skins and they end up with some kids. Like they actually had a whole family unit, and then they're just having to redefine what the family.
Girl, stop!
It's too early. It's too early.
What did I do?
No, it was.
Don't be describing how I became a mama the first time around in public like that.
Right. She was saying get off her toes.
Listen, all of us got a pass, baby. Where is my young? Come on, give me a hug. Let me just
that all in the open.
Let me just mother you for a minute and just whisper in your ear. We all a hot mess.
There's gonna come a time you're not gonna like me.
Like the girl told, she said that. Like the one girl told, I don't like you right now. I was like, okay, we're gonna get off the show.
I said, well, damn.
He said, okay.
Goodbye.
Right.
Ma'am,
that's why y'all quit y'all. That's why y'all quit y'all. Right there.
Right. Y'all, she ain't got to do this in her old age. But anyway.
Not during Black History Month, daughter.
Not during Black History Month, and not on her watch, as she said. Not on my watch. We're going to get past this first scene. This one
I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to be quiet.
Okay.
No, she turn the camera off and everything.
It's because the eye contact. So Mel and her kids are taking a picture. She's talking about starting over, redefining her relationship and everything. Kids taking pictures. Destiny comes in and they talk a little bit about, her embracing her newfound independence. And then they recap the meeting with the Fletchers. Now, I didn't know them folks' last name. I just said them two messy old people. But
that was Uncle name.
I like the Fletchers.
They are the Fletchers.
The Fletchers.
So, and then they kind of just discuss how she's ready to be done, but then it's seeming like now Martell's trying to hold on. See, that's why I told Maurice stay the hell out folk business. But anyway, because Maurice told him to fight for it if it ain't over with, and I'm like, no, baby.
When you tell Maurice that?
Through the screen about 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Last week.
I told him, and he told me, fight for it. And I'm like, no, the hell he doesn't.
No, he's not fighting for this.
No, we're going to do this. This
might got a whole baby.
And that's a part of toxic masculinity. Right. When they're encouraging each other to fight for, and they're ignoring what they did to get themselves in that position. You know what I mean? And so putting all of that on the partner. No, just stop. He's already piled on enough for her. Just stop.
Yeah. I absolutely hate when people tell folks to continue fighting for something that obviously isn't working and hasn't worked for a while. My thing is, understand, this dude has an entire second wife basically for 5 years at this point.
Yeah.
It's not working. It is not
vocal about not wanting to let her go.
Very vocal.
He's we must have talked about this offline, because I remember saying this to you guys, I think last week. I applaud what's his name? Martell.
Wait a minute. Which one?
Martell. No, Martell. I actually applaud him for finally telling the truth. I want you, Melody, and I want to do this too. Thank you for finally telling the truth. Because blaming her for everything. No, you want both of them. Thank you for finally telling the truth. Now, I'm not saying that's right, but thank you for finally, that's your truth. You want your cake and eat it too. That is the epitome of want your cake and eat it too.
Yeah.
Right.
And you know what? And some women would go for that. And that's their right. Whatever works for you. It doesn't work for her, and you knew that from jump.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. And my thing is, if that's what you're looking for, then find it. If this person that you claim to have all this love for and everything tells you this is my deal breaker, I can't do it, then let her go.
Because Ariane is going to be for it. She's been willing to be in a throuple, all these years, marry her, and then get you another side chick. She ain't going nowhere. She has proven you can't treat her any kind of way. You can't call her names and she leave.
He called her
present on national TV.
Feel like
he's going still there, pregnant with your child. She is going nowhere.
He's gonna have more to lose though when he gets with her. Because unlike Melody, who's like, you know what, I just want to be done with you. I don't want no child support. I don't want any of this stuff.
That's true.
Look,
that's true.
Coming for the jugular.
He does the same thing to Ariane. She's going to take him through the ringer, and he will be paying handsomely.
That's true.
Yep.
His karma hasn't hit him completely yet. He's found right now. He think he's found exactly
what
he's
He has not played the movie out in his head. You know what I mean? We played the movie to the good part, and then it's like, nope, keep going. He has not played the movie out.
He ain't thought this one through. He actually didn't watch. Y'all remember Meet the Robinsons, the little cartoon when everybody kept asking the evil guy. He's like,
that.
Master, have you thought this through? Like everybody, all of these people, like, I don't know. This don't seem right. Maybe you hadn't thought this through. Like, I feel like that's what he is. Like, he hasn't really thought everything through. Like, what if she gets angry, or what if I do this to her? Then what will that look like?
She's in a while. Yeah.
No, Melody's gonna open and shut. I'm done with you. Let's be done. I got stuff. You got stuff. We got stuff. We had stuff. Let's split it up half and half. Get out of my face. I'm ready to move on. I don't want no more. Ariane will take him through the ringer. It's gonna be everything will be aired out on social media. Everything will be discussed. You're gonna see how much he was making, how much he is making, how much she's gonna be getting in child support, baby. It's gonna be on and popping. And then I'll tell you, he done already set the ground, because he asked for it. We skipping all forward anyway, but he asked for the DNA test. I'm gonna tell you, if I've been messing around with you, and I've been messing around with you, and you've been in my face, and all of a sudden now you're not sure if this your baby, we're gonna have a whole nother subset of problems.
But you hear what she said. You've been good to me.
No.
I didn't hear her say that.
Yeah,
listen,
you've been good to me.
You've always been good to me. But listen to this. Listen, she can say whatever because she's in a secondary position at that point. So yeah, she's gonna lay low and play her part. Now that he's divorced, and now that it seems like she has stepped up to the number one position, she's going to expect more. She's going to want more. She's going to demand more. Because he like the oranges as much as he like the apple.
And he's going to become a king in Queens.
Mm-hmm.
He ready to sow some oats.
Yep.
See, the thing about it is, she knew what she was doing because she played her position the entire time. She knew she wasn't the only one. She knew she wasn't number one, but she waited her turn. But the thing about it is, in waiting your turn, just because she having this baby don't mean he gonna stop doing what he's been doing, because you've already taught him that I do what I want to do, and you
absolutely
exactly.
As long as I'm petting you up and giving you, a little bit of what you want, then you gonna be cool. So when I go over here and start doing what I do with this one over here,
don't say nothing.
I'm still need you to stay in your lane and play your position. She gotta also understand that she has created the monster that she's left with.
Mm-hmm. Now there was a song,
and that's all we can hope is that she does, because in the grand scheme of things, I think we talked about the other night we were offline. People get it when they get it. We were talking about something else though.
Right.
People get it when they get it. She doesn't have it yet. Do you know what I mean? Like, and we think that she should totally be there. She thinks, oh, okay, maybe I am in the number one position, but she has not played that movie out either. She hasn't played it either. Like Tamika was just saying, is that, she's going to, now be at the house wondering where he is.
Right.
When she thinks she's number one.
As long as he's back by 10, then that means he's been faithful. That's what he had said.
I came back to my wife every night.
Every night by 10 o'clock, he back. So as long as it's happening between, anytime between that, when I leave the house, when I get back.
I had a man to tell me one time, he said, I open your doors for you. That makes me a good man. And he meant that to his soul.
Let me tell y'all.
The things they believe, y'all.
And I tell people all the time, the what I call the nice guy punch card. And y'all, and what it is that I've done the bare minimum, and I expect everything in return. And it's like a punch card. It's like when you get a little business cards and they have a little frequent flyer things, and it's like, well, I opened the door for you, punch. I did this, punch. I did this, punch. And then once you get
the trash yesterday, punch.
Ooh, you're right.
You go, I want one sex, please, because I did all of these things. It's full. It don't mean I did anything else of merit. It's just I did these things, so you should want to do whatever, and you shouldn't have to bother me about the things that I do wrong, because I did the nice guy punch card. And so that's what a lot of guys focus in on. At least I came home, punch card. I don't hit you, punch card. I bought you something for your birthday, punch card. I remember our anniversary, punch card. So it's these little things here, and it's like, okay, well then I would like to redeem this for one cheating episode. Okay, so
I need a hall pass.
And that's what it is. It's the punch card. It's always, so I've done all these things, so you shouldn't be hounding me about the one thing that I keep doing wrong. I'm gonna make one. I'm gonna make a nice guy punch card for one of my clients.
And I'm listen, you need to trademark that and sell it, ma'am. That could be a part of your relationship. Listen.
Is she coming back?
I think she cracking up.
No, the wind is blowing really, really hard, and it sounded like somebody was coming into my patio, but the wind was blowing hard, so I had to jump up and look.
I was about to say, well, you better leave that camera on just in case we need to cut somebody out and call 911.
Right.
Oh, that's true.
And we getting waffles. So anyway, there's a song by Betty Wright. That's what I wanted to get to.
The clean
woman.
It said,
woman to woman? Look.
No. It said,
what we got?
The other woman.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
No,
just
thank
as
you.
long as you know,
I need to put
I'm the
something on my
only
wall.
other woman other than your wife.
And some people are okay with that.
There are a lot of people okay with that. It's a whole bunch of people okay.
There's a whole show called Seeking Sister Wife. Go there.
But that's a different thing. And that's what I'm saying. And that's the thing, because they would never be able to play that position of poly relationships in that manner, where you are upfront and honest about what you want, what you need from, what this requires in a relationship. But even in those relationships, those rules of engagement is you do not go outside of this unit that we've created.
Right.
You have to agree on
I think people don't ask for it. Do you know what I mean? I think they don't. I think they don't ask, are you open to this? Because historically that's not something that's done. So they don't ask, because cheating and having a side chick, and a jump off, that's what's done. But you know what? If you ask, you never know what you're going to get. Yeah. And everybody can be healthy and happy. And you know what? People may be happy to have help with, 5 and 6 kids, because that's what they do. They help each other like that. So,
like I said, everybody want to come over and be the mama.
That girl ain't gonna understand.
Say what?
Okay. All right. Fine.
I be trying to get the 2 that I have in my
one that is almost 20 years old. I can't do little people.
I can't either. That's what I'm trying to figure out why they here.
You had them. That's why. You had them.
You brought them here, mommy.
You birthed them, baby.
Like I tell folks, listen, somebody put them on the doorstep. I fed them.
That's your story.
Yeah.
They just happen to look like me.
Yeah. After one, I was like, this is kind of hard. And I kind of don't know what I'm doing. So let me just, not muck him up as much as I possibly, can.
Exactly.
So, that stuff, that thing is hard. Yeah. It is hard. I think 2 children is a lot. Yeah. My mama had 2 kids and couldn't keep our names right. How am I supposed to raise 2 kids? Like, she had 2 children named Monica and Andrea. But if she needed somebody, it was Annika.
So she knew one of y'all was coming.
And what she would say is, which one I'm talking to. Like,
I tell them that all the time.
In fact, you know what I meant.
I'm like, 5, get over here, because I cannot remember.
Said
5. Look, come on, 2. I can't with y'all today.
That girl said 5.
I genuinely applaud any woman with more than 1 child. Us ones, it's hard, but anybody with more than 1, honestly, hats off. I couldn't have done it. I could do it now in my older life. But
and I'm smiling hard because ain't neither one of them here right now.
Hallelujah. Oh, wait. Hallelujah. Pretty face isn't there tonight.
She dumped me.
She dumped you?
Stopped at my mother's house. And I was like, you going home with me? She was like, no. I was like,
bye. And I'm gonna ask you twice. That's what I'm not gonna do.
Yeah. Bye. You a speed dog. Put your phone away. I was like, and I'm not coming to pick you up.
What color is wrong?
Jesus. Oh my God. Put her in timeout, y'all. Put her in timeout. That's a timeout.
I know. Come on. Put
her in timeout.
Because we got time camera. Okay. Yep. No. I'm out for you now.
You in timeout.
It happens every time.
It really does.
I don't know what's be going on with you. You done made me pull out my coffee.
What? I'm not fixing to be with y'all at 1 o'clock in the morning. So let's get this done.
I say the same.
All right, what scene we on?
Yeah. So the second one.
Damn. What you got? The first one?
We on Martell seeing Dr. Francis. Y'all, let me just say before I even get started. First of all, I don't know. And like y'all was saying, maybe there were a lot of cuts that we didn't see. I don't feel like this is the case though. But anyway,
but Martell is a producer of the show. You gotta think about it. Melody and Martell are producers. So he might have said, for this thing, I need you to cut this out.
I don't think they have that much say when it comes to that.
It was too transparent for them to have, cut a whole bunch of stuff. It was too telling. Yeah, I don't.
Let me say this: Dr. Francis got his degree from Walmart. I'm just gonna put that out there right now.
I finally get to do it, on it. This is my shining moment.
That man got the great value version of a degree.
No,
and no again.
And no.
I just feel so vindicated right now. I can't.
Baby, that ain't a real doctor out here in these streets, and he giving advice like that.
But when you look at if you look, and I looked him up, and one of the things that he deals with, he says, is men's issues. And I was just telling somebody this a couple of days ago. The tricky situation about men counseling men is a lot of times I don't feel like they actually deal with the issue as much as they try to deal with the, trying to vindicate them for their particular issues. Like, we're not actually talking, I only see a small amount of men that actually hold other men accountable for some of the stuff that they do. Whereas as women, we be like, girl, your ass is wrong, right? So, and we'll have those conversations, and they're hard conversations, and they're not friendly conversations. And sometimes we end up losing friendships for a couple of days or a decade.
Say it.
Right.
I don't like what I got to say. They be big mad.
Be mad. You be like, I don't care if you're mad.
And I'm going to lose some more.
Needed to hear.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't really have a huge issue with Dr. Francis. So tell me why you think he's Walgreens.
I've not heard any. I know when you go to therapy, you're basically talking it out, and they're pointing out to you what they hear so that you can hear yourself. I understand that. I'm an advocate for therapy. I love therapy. I like to go lay on the couch. So I understand how it works. And from the sessions, the parts of the sessions that we are privileged to, I've not heard any counsel.
No.
I've heard citing. I've heard mansplaining to another man to validate why
he did.
What that man is doing. I've heard that. I've yet to hear him really call him to the carpet on his shit.
Yeah. And I think that's the same. Dr. Francis is the same doctor when him and Melody had gone to counseling before, right? Yeah, no. Yeah, Walgreens, Walmart.
I will say this. One, we've talked about this before. They do edit certain things out of those counseling sessions.
Right.
But he did say to Martell last week, Martell was saying, oh, she wasn't giving me something. He was whining like a big baby. She's not giving me what I need. And Dr. Francis said, okay, I will give you that you had a need that was not being met, but you did not have to do that.
But he also
you did not have to go out. Wait, he said you did not have to go out and find it in somebody else. You could have done the work within yourself or continue to try to see why she wasn't giving to you. He did say that.
Yeah,
and I thought that was fair.
He said he also asked him, did she have the ability or capacity to give him whatever it was? And Martell said yes. But so for me,
I don't know if that's totally true.
Right, and that's
at that point, I don't know that Mel had the capacity. Now, I will say this: Martell always conveniently forgets what got him into the situation. So when Mel is not giving, and I don't even want to talk about them because this is a global thing. This happens.
Absolutely.
If somebody is not giving to you, what have you done to cut them off? Because it seems like she was doing it before. Now she's not doing it. What have you done? And it can go either way, partner,
Well, she had explained, this is what she explained. Because I watched her interview.
I'm here.
She explained, she said, yes, I did. What he's referring to is oral sex. And she said, yeah, I did it. She said, I
don't think I missed that.
Yeah, well, she had an interview with
you talking about after
this past week.
Post-production interviews with other entities and everything.
Yeah.
Where
wow. Oh, so that's the specific thing that they're talking
about. That's the specific thing that he's referring to.
Talking about. So
and she did it, but she was like, I'm not gonna make it my life's mission to
she's not doing it every day.
So you have to think about at the time, let's go back, let's look at their marriage. You're talking about about 13. This is all about fellatio. So let me just go real simple here and let's talk about this real quick.
This is from Martell.
We're talking about 14 years of marriage and you throw it away for this. Here's the thing. I get a lot over the 10, 12, how many years I've been up in this thing.
And people need to understand what you do. Everybody may not understand your expertise.
Where I come from. Well, hi guys. I'm Heather. I'm your neighborhood sexuality and intimacy coach. And I have been in the intimacy and passion industry for well over a decade now. So I do have a little bit of experience speaking to and counseling and coaching couples and individuals to help them meet their sexuality and intimacy goals. So anyway.
It's like sex.
So I like reading about it. Y'all, I'm a sex nerd. I tell people this all the time.
I love wait, where is she to me? Where is she to me in this thing? Right here? Is that her right there?
Yeah.
Ma'am.
Wrong here. That one. That's what to me.
No, right here.
Yeah, right here.
Right here in the corner.
Yeah, that one right there.
Yeah, that way. Go that way.
Go the other way.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what it is to you.
Bedtime reminder, y'all. I'm on the clock. Y'all know I'm in the bed by 10. Let's go.
Might as well go. Sleep cap on. But so this is what I understand. Usually when behaviors change, there are one or two or several different things, especially when you're talking about the fellatio, things of that nature. Let me get technical. When you're talking about fellatio, things of that nature, there are a lot of times, and she's not the first, and she's definitely not the last, who just don't really enjoy fellatio. They don't enjoy it. However, they'll do it for their partner because they know that's something they enjoy. My problem is when you have a partner that is willing to do something that they're not necessarily either comfortable with, doesn't even like, then you have the responsibility as the receiver of said act to understand that they're going above and beyond something that they wouldn't necessarily do for themselves. So it is, I'm not going to say a sacrifice, but it is something that they've learned to compromise on in order to make you happy. Now, your responsibility is to be grateful and then also get to the bottom of why they don't like it. So it could be something do. It could be something, a way that you smell. It could be a way that you react or the acts leading. You said what?
I had a thought and I'm not going to say it because you guys are going to cut the camera off.
Yeah, I'm going to cut the camera off on you. I already know after the show. So about it
is, I'm suppressing them.
Okay. Yeah, suppress. Okay. I feel it. I feel it. So here's the thing. The other thing is when you have somebody that's willing to give, but they have a certain limitations, you got to meet them halfway with, okay, cool. You don't really like it, but this is something that, I know, I ain't gonna say Christmas, Mother's Day, Easter, anything like that, but they may just not do it every single act. Mm-hmm. And so those are things you have to kind of work on. And also you have to be a little bit more enticing for them to want to do it more. You have to find a way to not necessarily influence them, but kind of give them some type of incentive to want to do it more. Now, the other thing is she probably did do it as much as possible when they were married. At first married without kids. Mm-hmm. Then you start having kids. Things change. Bodies change. Body image change. Then you got all these businesses that you had. So the time
body, she looks amazing.
Yeah, and you're talking about
you don't know how she feels about her body, Right.
So she still right. She still may have body image issues and everything. She has possibly a confidence issue, anything like that. But all of these things, I'm trying to be all these people, and I'm still having issues with giving or doing all these things and trying to be whole and complete for you. But then let me find out that you doing the sex with somebody else. I'm probably never going to put my mouth on you. Mm-hmm. Because you have a trust issue. Absolutely. I can't do this because I'm not sure where you been. Mm-mm. So I don't want to do that. That's a very interesting.
Hey, Ma, I hear your fork hitting your plate. Put it on mute.
Oh, my bad.
I like how y'all police each other. I love it. Anyway, but that's the thing. You have to think about all those factors. So now he's talking about she suddenly won't give me this thing. Yeah. Well, hell, you keep going out, putting your thing in and on everybody. No, she ain't gonna want to do it.
She knows that, and now you want that thing in her mouth.
Because this girl was your constant, but you had pick me here and now too. You had a little stable. So my thing, that was the first thing that I thought about, because I'm like, okay, this is your wife. Yeah. The mother of your children. You out here sticking and moving whenever and wherever you can. And you want her to humiliate and degrade herself to put her mouth on something that has been in several other places.
Yeah.
Like,
you have respect for her. Okay, wait. I'm having I feel like Oprah. This is why y'all are saying that this is what Dr. Francis should have said to him.
This is what he should have called him out.
That's what y'all are saying. This is what he should have said to him. Gotcha.
Yeah, the thing he said, let me go over here to my notes, because it was something that question. He said, well, why would she withhold it? I guess I need to ask her that. Well, hell, if you telling me that this is your patient and they've told you everything, and you know that he got an extra, you know that he done had several, you know good and damn well while a woman wouldn't want to put her mouth on his penis. Exactly. I said, proud of myself.
And she
I don't know what I said the other word. I said penis.
And you said
the great value degree.
Bravo.
Let's not try to use deductive reasoning. Let's not try to be cute and coy about it. Now he got a whole ass baby on the way. So we also, what else do we know? Not only is he out here doing whatever, he's shooting the club up.
Without protection, no hats.
Exactly.
No bulletproof vest.
So the thing about it is, you have to think about the fact that everybody always say, well, men are visual. We're visual. And you know what? One thing, we can play out a full scene in our minds over and over and over again. Because the fact of the matter is that your husband for close to 20 years. You know what you have done with him sexually. So 9 times out of 10, the things that you have done with him sexually, he's done with them sexually. And because he keeps going back over there, she doing a little something extra. So now this girl is in competition with me for my husband. So since that's where you happy with being, take your ass over there, stay over there, and continue to get what you're getting from there, because I'm not there.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And then the other thing about it, like you said, all those things together. She throwing stuff down the stairs. Oh, I hope it wasn't a cat. But so you never know. But
I'm on mute. Lord God, I just hollered.
Okay. I need a vacation. But anyway, I'm gonna keep talking. I'm gonna let y'all get yourselves together. Well, I'm just saying, now you coming home telling me about how this other girl do stuff, because Martell strikes me as a kind that kisses and tells, and he does it to try. Right. So yeah, I've been over there and blah blah blah. She do it like this. How come you don't do it like this? And perpetuating that, verbally abusive type of behavior and attitude to try to put it in her face to somebody, that if you don't do it, somebody else will. Okay, cool. She did it. And guess what? You still coming back to me after all of that. So if she did it that great, then you would have just stuck with let's be divorced or whatever. So I don't know. I don't like the way that he's counseling him, because to me, there's still
he's a narcissist.
Very much, very much. So yeah, he done told this man that this girl done got pregnant, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I'm sick of it. Let's move to the opening of Blaque, because we 46 minutes in. So Martell shows up to Blaque. On his way there, we hear him talking to Ariane, telling her about the baby, how you and the baby doing it, and then he alludes. This is the other thing. He think he's slick. He says enough stuff to make you ask him questions, and then that way he feels like he can loophole himself out of, well, I didn't say that. I didn't
say that. He played her like a fiddle. I watched that scene and I was like, dang it, she played right into it. Well, I didn't say that. You did. No, you brought it up. But you have, once you've had some experience, you run into that and you just let them talk.
Mm-hmm.
Don't give them anything. Don't feed into it. Just let them talk.
Yeah.
But he knew her well enough that he could bait her. And he knows Mel well enough. And that's why he keeps baiting her and upsetting her. Just because he knows he can.
He's manipulative. He's definitely manipulative.
But anybody watching, please get to know the people who are trying to bait you, and don't fall for it. Just be silent. Just be silent.
Just watch. Just get in the old. I bet you.
Don't even say because that's an affirmative. Don't even give them that.
It's affirming thing. But
is an affirmative.
Issue is when it comes to him is that he knows how to really play both of these women to the point where now he classic gaslighting. Got you thinking it was crazy. Classic. Very classic. If
Trivia. Quick trivia for the group. Vic, come back. Are you there?
Here, girl. I'm crunching. I'm listening. Keep going.
Meek, you there? Okay.
She probably texting somebody right now.
Oh, she is. She's been texting all night. Everybody watching us on YouTube knows that she's texting right now. Everybody, wow. Trivia question.
Okay.
Who is the best gaslighter? Martell or Donald Trump?
Girl, bye. I ain't shit about Donald Trump gaslighting.
Yeah, that man just lied.
Yeah, straight out.
He's a gaslighter. So we go with Martell. We go with Martell.
I thought you were gonna say Martell or Chris.
That's what I thought you was gonna say.
They're
I don't even lie to you. I thought he was gonna say Martell or Marceau.
Yeah.
That would be a good one too. But you know what?
For me, Marceau is not a gaslighter.
He's an asshole. It's a difference. Marcel has always been honest about who he is from what we've seen. Yeah. Mm-hmm. From what we've seen, this is what she signed up for. And I believe he was just as adamant when they met as he is now. Now he's trying to change the game, and he's like, nope, this is what we agreed on.
That's not
they were young probably when they got married, and you don't think about those things, but to me, he's not a gaslighter. He's just like, I'm holding you to what we said. Not that it's right, but he's saying, I'm holding you to what we agreed to.
That's not the point I'm making.
Oh, I'm sorry. What are you saying?
My point is Marceau is much better at holding his cards close to his chest.
Yeah.
Oh,
he has another woman. You're not going to convince me that Marceau has never stepped out on his wife.
And you know what's funny about that? Because the funny thing is that there's always been rumors floating around, but there's never been anything confirmed. And that's the one thing that I will say. If he has somebody, he needs to, again, as they say, what's her name?
She's probably under ADA.
And be respectful about your cheating. You was being disrespectful about your
disrespectful
to that. And people get upset when folks say that, like, don't be disrespectful. But cheating is disrespectful. We understand that. However, what I do understand is that cheating been a thing since people been people. And people have over the years have had a couple of families in different parts of town, maybe next door to each other. Nobody would have known any different until that person either passed away or you find out through some paperwork, because they kept everything quiet. They didn't talk about it. They didn't do things to leave, obvious paper trails and things like that. No, we're not saying it's right, but there is a way to do and go about anything and to make it discreet. But he was being
right. But at the end of the day, how about we just not cheat? How about we just not get married if we want to continue to
be hoes out in the street?
Yeah, it's okay.
Want to be married
sleep around. And also, while we're doing that, let's get rid of, because some women fall prey to this. Again, another topic. Let's get rid of that women are sluts and whores for having when they're single, but men are not. No, let's get rid of all that. If that's what you're gonna do, that's what you're gonna do. If that's between you and your maker and your God and how you do that, and no, we got to stop putting all of that pressure on people.
It's not what you do, is how you do it. Because I would never tell a woman that she should not experience and explore the things that she wants to experience and explore just because of what somebody else may say about it. Because behind closed doors, everybody is a different person.
Yeah, right. And that's it.
People only know what they allow you. You're only gonna know about a person what they allow you to know.
Right.
So the fact that we raised our boys to conquer, and we raised our girls to be conquered, is already
it's already an imbalance. It's already an imbalance. Yeah.
As a woman, liberate yourself. Do the things that you want to do, and don't make any explanations or excuses about it. The word yes is a complete statement. The word no is a complete statement. You are not.
You can change your mind.
Exactly. You are not under any obligation to explain your choices to anybody outside of yourself and your God.
And that, my friends, is the bottom line.
And that's on who? Mary. That's all we gonna say about that. So so going back to the thingamabob. So Martell's on this damn campaign. He's talking about the baby situation. He gets to Blaque.
Sad and lame.
I'm really sad for him, but he gets on my damn nerves, so he don't get that much sympathy from me.
No sympathy.
Yeah. So, you know, he walks in and they were messing with him like, hey, where your +1 at? And he looking at everybody like a deer in headlight. They start talking about his, you know, I thought you would at least brought your mom or something like that. No, I love your mom. That's Tisha with her messy ass. And so, you know, he actually apologized for the blow up with Wanda because he's like, at the end of the day, that's still your mama. And she like, I like this new Martell.
When did he start apologizing? Go ahead.
When he trying to get some friends. And so, you know, and in the confessional, they're talking, and Marceau says the best apology is change behavior. You know, just do better. I agree with that.
Right.
Nell and Chris comes in, and that's the old folk. It's the
like the Fletchers. I like the Fletchers.
I don't care for them, but you know,
we're gonna talk about that offline.
Okay. Yeah. So, you know, they were talking about the intervention. She looked at him and she said, you really made her mad. But with what you were saying, I would have thrown the table at you.
Mine.
Because that's being disrespectful. We all know that. So, you know, we're going to keep on going here. You know, at that point, you know, Martell's like, well, you know, y'all get mad because I speak my truth. And then here's Tisha, you know, you have to speak your truth. Tisha, sit in the corner somewhere to somebody
call up with the list. Stop.
Hirsch. So Marceau looked at her and said, no, you don't.
Right.
Marceau, like, you need to stay out their business. Anyway, so Destiny walks in, Jalen walks in, they're getting ready. You know, you can see that everybody's kind of getting revved up, ready for this this soft opening. Mel and her brother walked in. She's nice to everybody. She kind of gives, you know, Martell that cold shoulder. Martell looking at her like she's sure looking good over there. That's how he looking, like he want her back, and forget that. Anyway, Mel and Tisha go to the side. Tisha gives her an apology. Mel is like, so what made you change? Well, I had to give it some thought. I could have been more open. We all know it's because Marceau told her she was wrong. Mel says, I appreciate your apology. I thought that was interesting. She didn't say I accept your apology. She said, I appreciate your apology. So that's totally.
Mel wasn't calling for it, and I understood it.
Yeah, and that's what she said. I'm amused. It's hard for me to argue, to gauge, you know, if she's sincere. Anyway, Marceau's talking about it, you know, move on out to the patio. They're talking about how proud they are of Jalen. And then Marceau's out there. He gives a speech talking about, you know, basically, you know, this is what they've been working for. They have a little brother and a sister. And so you see the four of them standing there. Marceau says, my dad said you can never leave a legacy unless you start one. So they reveal the mural, and the mural has all of their sons, all four siblings' sons on the mural. Interestingly enough, Destiny and Mel are like, well, where are the girls at? And you know, and so Mel said, well, you know, he a little bit sexy. She said a little, you know, and I thought, as much as I love that mural with those boys on there, and y'all know, even though I have daughters, I am a self-proclaimed boy mom because it's just,
I'm a boy mom.
It was the boys first. And I got girls, and I love my girls, but I still think that I'm more of a boy mom than a girl mom. And that's I still would go through the trenches for any of my babies, but definitely a boy mom. But I would hope that, you know, because they are building things, and we have said offline, you know, financially, as far as wealth is concerned, we do think Marceau and Tisha are more well off than the Holts. We do.
And so I would think that there is something coming for the girls.
Maybe the brunch is more so for the girls.
Right, that they will have a mural of the girls. And I'm like, I'm cool with that. The boys are over here, the girls are over there. You know, I would hope, and y'all know me, if you've gotten to know me a little bit, you know, I'm always the one that tries to give people the benefit of the doubt. You know, okay, they did this, but wait, give them a chance. They might do this over here. So I'm going to give them a little grace and see, you know, are you going to do something
in your chart
equally as cool for the girls? Because that otherwise, that was just not cool. That was just,
this is Marceau we talking about.
Those girls to be to be pushed down and disregarded. That's not cool.
Yeah. So I know that that's something that they built.
Marcel, I doubt that was planned.
Unless somebody brings it up and he feels bad, which he doesn't feel bad about his choices. I've never known him to feel bad about his choice as far as the show is concerned. I don't know him. We don't know him, but
right. But now he did say something interestingly when they were talking about Kamala Harris being the first woman VP, and he said it makes me look at my daughters differently because I really just I'm really understanding that they could be president too, and that changes some things in the way that I've thought about things. So I will say that maybe you'll see a slight shift because things just haven't been presented to him that way. And to an extent, I'm kind of like you where I want to give people the benefit of the doubt. But then the other part of me just be like, nah, that's just who it is.
Now, I have a question. And Maurice, do they have the same mama, same daddy? Did they grow up in the same house?
Did you see all four of the siblings up there?
We need to see your face, Ma.
Oh,
because they're a little different. Maurice definitely has more of a traditional kind of thing, but he's not as hard-nosed as Marcel. So I'm finding it difficult to understand how they grew up in the same household.
Well, let me tell you this. I feel like it didn't work in Maurice's first marriage. That girl, that ex-wife, she don't look like she was going. Kim ain't either, but I think that might have been the breakdown in their relationship. And I think him and Kimmy have been together for a while before they actually got married. So I think Kimmy has,
I think she's talking about the relationship with their parents, though, Maurice and Martin.
Are you talking about their parents?
No, the relationship with their wives.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm talking about how they treat their wives.
Yeah, I think
try to hold Kimmy down.
Yeah, it didn't work for him the first time. Right. He can't hold Kimmy down. Kim is a totally different person. I think that was the breakdown in his first relationship because the other girl didn't seem like she was going for that at all. And he got to the point where he was like, well, you ain't giving me what I want. That's what he told Martell. He said, man, it got to the point where I just didn't care. If it wasn't about my son, I wasn't. So I think Maurice, he's learned.
Yeah, she was one of the ones like you can go and go. She probably made it feel for him so he can go and leave.
You think Maurice was that way in his first marriage?
Yeah.
But that he was able to see, and then he meets Kimmy, who is a different kind of woman.
Yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with Monster's mom, but she's actually Monster's mom. They would be the same if they didn't go for it. But I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I think so. Just to add a little bit to that, I think that what also you're seeing is that they got married young. Mm-hmm. But when you got somebody that is just as strong-willed as you are, that's like, you know what, I ain't got to have you either. And can show you better than they can tell you that I don't need to be here. That behavior will alter because you realize, okay, either I can get with the program or I can get gone. Like this person has shown me they don't need me. The other thing is
Melody can do without Martell. Kimmy can do without Maurice. Tisha can't do without Marcel.
Yeah. Tisha a totally different person, baby. Tisha is, I feel like it's more without Marcel.
She would be broke next week. She would have no money next week if she left Marcel.
I think that Tisha it was looking for a different type of stability where the type of attitude that Marcel has is more in line with, I want a man to take charge and this and that and that. And it's a background thing. Yeah. And absolutely nothing wrong with that.
I like a man that takes charge.
Yeah, I don't think she realized that meant that he's going to dictate everything as well. They didn't have the understanding of maybe I want to do something, because she said that they were supposed to wait till the baby girl got in school before she started her career, and she wanted to start early. And Marceau had a problem with that because he said, well, you said this, and this is what you're going to do. So there are different approaches to how they deal with stuff. Now, I don't know if they have different fathers. I do know they have the same mom, because in the first season, mom.
She was there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm not sure what the dynamic is with them, but two people be raised in the same family, have two different perspectives on what happened.
Yeah,
okay. I say that all the
I'm gonna say that offline.
Okay. We got a whole lot offline to talk about. We're an hour and 4 minutes in, so let's go ahead.
Let's go ahead and end this. Yeah, I'm gonna say that offline. I'm gonna make myself a note so I don't forget.
Okay, type your notes, y'all. Type your notes. Okay, so the other thing, so Mel's brother brings Martell to the side. He kind of apologizes for some of the things he said, but then we see Martell trying to act like he's so hard and tough and whatever. But he asked him outright, so do you don't mind kids being around me, do you? And he said, well, no, but I want them to know a husband and wife is what I want.
Brother Marcus.
And Marcus just asked him, just some questions like, you think that me having a husband is wrong? Well, hell, I didn't say it was wrong. I don't care what you do. I'm like, you just said that though.
That's exactly what you just said.
You just said that. And so he said, there's nothing that's going on in my life that's negative. I'm a retired teacher. I ain't never been to jail. I got this and that going on. I'm all about positivity.
My marriage is healthy. I'm a sanctified preacher. He said, my marriage is strong. Look what's going on with you. So what kind of
right? So what you saying? So a lot of things he got to challenge him on because Martell liked to double talk. And he was just, asking him clear-cut questions. Obviously, Martell was getting upset and agitated because he realized he wasn't going to be able to float that way that he normally do with them women that he be having all confused. And then talking about, well, I just want them to have a foundation. I want a foundation for the kids. Like, boy, what you talking about? So Melody comes up and, she's like, well, what the hell y'all talking about? Well, I just want a foundation for the kid. Again, they talking about the things. Melody says, well, the kids have a foundation. Their foundation was a husband and wife, mom. So what are you talking about? Well, there needs to be a fully developed foundation. Like, so
and Melody said, oh, like you treated their mom?
Right.
Damn.
And that's when she started
in the conversation. She handled that.
What are you doing with you showing these kids that it's okay to talk to their mama like that, treat them, so
marry a man or a woman, if you're the opposite sex, but cheat on them. That's cool.
Yeah. It's fine.
The kids don't know what's going on. That's a lie. Kids see things and they know things, and people need to stop treating children as if they're stupid. They know what's going on. Now the baby know. Maybe not little boss baby, but the other two, they know what the hell going on.
Oh, you talking about boss baby, the 4-year-old? Boss baby know everything.
I was about to say that.
Lonnie.
That's what she understands. They gave her
the 4-year-old. That's who they call boss baby.
Oh, she understands more than they gave her credit for understanding. She was watching. So that baby is angry for a reason.
Right. But not only that, he talking in front of them. Like, that man did a whole live about Melanie sending the kids home with dirty clothes and this, that, and the thing, with the kids in the car. So you mean to tell me you ain't never said nothing crazy and out the way to Melody while the kids were around? You a whole lie. You a whole damn lie.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't follow them on social media. I used to follow Melody. I know I used to follow both of them, but I don't. So I didn't see a live,
took it down,
but again, making this global and understanding co-parenting and being a single parent and being divorced or whatever, we gotta watch what we say in front of these babies.
Yeah.
I held my tongue for so many years about things that were being said about me that were not true, because I didn't want to start something that my son would then become involved in. Mm-hmm. And I let people talk about me and I had to deal with it. because I didn't want him to have anything. And of course he was going to get something, but it wasn't going to come from me.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So
you have to make those decisions to, you know, consciously move forward in a way that, you know, in 10, 20, 30, however many years, you can say that it wasn't you starting the stuff. And I said this a lot of times that, you know, with my oldest, I always said, I want my oldest to make the decision that works for them, you know, and let it go. You know, I'm not going to say anything. I don't have anything to say. This ain't got nothing to do with me. But you make the decision you need to make. And I won't be the one to influence you to make those decisions.
Right.
Only thing I present you with is the information that I have. And it's always going to be facts, not, you know, emotions or opinions that's wrapped up in that. Right. You make whatever you need to make about that, whatever assessments, that's on you, not me. So that's one of the things that they're going to have to get the emotion out of raising these kids together and stop trying to, you know, and the thing with Martell, he wants to look like the good guy that's just had no other choice but to go rogue. And this is not working. This is not working.
Sometimes you're the bad guy. Sometimes you do bad things. It doesn't make you a bad person. Own up to it, fall on your sword, get better, and move on.
That's what Dr. Francis said. Tell them, you know, people gonna tell you a bad person for having a baby. I'm like, you kind of are when you're kind of married. It's kind of a bad thing, you know. I don't know, sir.
It's not okay. It's not okay.
Maybe not say that. I could almost ride with you're not a bad person for doing these things, but this is definitely not a good thing, and you need to own up to that.
It's bad behavior.
Better conversation.
Your behavior was bad.
Right.
Your behavior was bad. Right. Because now there is a new little being coming into this world who is probably coming into chaos. And that is not a way to enter this world. That baby needs peace. Absolutely. You know, that baby needs an entry into this world, because, you know, we have all, again, talked offline. We all believe in energy. That baby cannot come into this world with all of that angst, because that is going to be on them. And then at some point, somebody's going to have to release that from that baby, or that baby's going to have to release it from themselves once they get older. They're being highly irresponsible to the little people in their lives. They all are. They are all being selfish. I will honestly say, maybe except for Melody, I will say that I think she's trying her best. From what we've seen, again, I don't know her. I think she's trying her best, but they've got to do better. And you know, somebody asked her about, oh, well, this is the half brother or sister of your children, and she was like, I'm not trying to hear that right now. And I understood, because like this was what, last year when they filmed this sometime. I think they filmed this last year.
Like the end of last year.
Right. I get that. But at the end of the day, that is the sibling of her children. Yeah. And she is going to have to interact with Ariane.
Yep.
For at least
they are together. She's going to have access.
How old is the little one? No, because Ariane and the baby are what, 2 years apart? So for at least 16 years, she's got.
They're not 2 years apart.
Because Mel's baby just turned a year old in December.
Yeah, oh, she's just one.
Yeah.
No, I don't know why I thought that baby was like 2 years old. So, but so for the next 18 years, she's gonna be dealing with Ariane and the baby, because that's how it should be. Don't create this wall where the moms don't get along and then the babies don't get along.
You know what I mean? The thing about it is, this has been going on for so long. Yeah. That's not her first interaction with this woman, so the bad blood was there before the baby got there.
Right. I understand, but now the baby is there, so everybody has to switch gears. I understand what you're saying.
Not gonna switch gears.
The baby is here now, so we gotta switch gears.
That's so much easier said than done.
On Martell to do what needs to be done to connect his children. That's not on Melody. That is not her responsibility.
No, it's not her responsibility, but there will come a time. No, it's not.
You don't have to have no interaction with that woman. She don't. That's
She
not her
does.
obligation.
She will.
Martell,
it's not her responsibility.
And he needs to institute that. That's not Melody to do. Melody needs to deal with the father of her children. Arian gonna deal with the daddy and let him do that, because Melody is not gonna all of a sudden.
That ain't gonna work.
And I agree with you on that. So let me clarify. I don't mean it's Melody's responsibility. Let me be very clear. I'm not saying it's her responsibility. I'm saying that this woman is going to be a factor for, let me say it that way, for the next 18 years, because babies are going to have birthdays. Siblings are going to need to be together. Family reunions are going to happen, and I'm telling you what I've been through, not what I heard. Siblings are going to need to be together at family reunions, because this one is having one. So now you're going to have to work your schedule around Ariane's family's family reunion, so that your kids can be there with their sibling. That is going to happen. That's where she's going to be there, and I don't mean that it's. I do not mean that it is Melody's responsibility to make things happen, but this is what's going to happen.
Yeah. Let me go in here and say this, because
I agree. She said, and I said that in the beginning. She said, "Right now, I don't want to hear this," and I preface that with, I totally understand what she said, because she said this like a year ago, and it's all still new. She probably still feels that way.
No, yeah,
and they probably won't deal with these kinds of things until that baby is 3, 4, maybe even 5.
4 years old,
you know what I mean? Like somewhere in there, but it will come. It will come. So you have to prepare yourself. Now that you're in this situation, you have to prepare yourself for when it does come. Even if it's 5 years down the road, you've got to start chipping away at how you feel about things. So when that does come, because it's coming, then you are able to handle it better. And then, because then you've got to talk to your kids when they're at the house. It's a thing. The whole thing right now. It's a thing.
Yeah. Let me go in and say this, because I also want to make sure that we clarify. So Melody and Martell's baby just turned a year old.
Okay.
Ariane's baby is maybe a couple months old.
Is the baby here?
The baby's here. The baby was born in December, ironically.
The baby is a few months old. So you're talking about
the baby was born
as a couple, and then his outside baby being about a year apart. So they're used to still dealing with very new hormones, emotions, people.
Absolutely.
So so like you said, I get that she's saying, I don't want to have to think about this, deal with this or whatever right now.
I get that.
I also get that what you're saying is that eventually down the line, you're going to have dealings with these.
It's coming.
And because fact that he said he liked them oranges over there and he in love with them oranges, that tells me that him and the oranges gonna be kicking it for a minute, because Martell is going to be a hands-on father. He's not gonna let somebody else raise his child. He gonna get he wants to be involved. As messy as he is, he wants to be involved in all this stuff. So they're gonna have dealings. There's gonna be a time where he come pick up them Hope children, them Melody Hope children, and he gonna have that Ariane baby with him.
And it's gonna be on a week, and there will come a conflict when Mel wanted to do something with her children, but there's gonna be a more pressing engagement on the other side, and she's gonna have to give and say, "Oh, okay, my children can go over there." Yeah, it's coming. That's real life. I ain't telling you what I heard.
Also that his mom was talking about, they all my grandchildren, and I'm gonna treat them all like they're my grandchildren. So that's the other thing of now we got to figure out how to navigate these particular waters, because it's a whole lot here that first of all, these kids didn't sign up for when they came to this world. And then secondly, it really has become a lot more messy than it could, than it needed to be. And so we just got to see what's happening. Let's go ahead and get this clear, finished up. Anyway, so they get into it back and forth, and he's trying to ruffle Melody's feathers, and he tells her, well, you know, how much I miss you. I love the hell out of you. You know, I just didn't want this to be us. And I'm like, the fact that you're saying this and you don't realize that the actions that you took is the reason why you're there. And, you know, and she said, oh, that sounds good. But the reality is you didn't value me. You didn't value this marriage, this family, this business, basically. And then you knew I gave you time to get everything together and you still didn't act right. And he said, and she also said, you slept with someone who became my enemy.
Yeah.
Meaning that you know, you have this
so hard
relationship and she comes to me because we know what we've heard and seen that, you know, she's had several interactions with this girl as well. Due to, you know, whatever relationship that she and Martell has. So, you know, and she was like, you knew I wasn't, you know, checking for that. And now you got this baby coming too. So I'm definitely not trying to do that. So, you know, they talking about being peaceful, but then he gets upset, pretty much called her hoe because we're because of you. We're not here because of anything. We're here because of you. He took issues with that. And so she just said, you know what, where's your attorney? And he tells her to shut the F up. And she tells him, you shut up because there's no more shut the F's up over here. Sign these papers at my face. You know, you really start seeing his true colors again because when he doesn't get what he wants, when he softens that tone and he's not getting what he wants, then all of a sudden he goes into attack mode. So it's very clear that it's something that he does all the time. And she was ready for it.
He's very transparent in how he moves.
Yeah. And so at the end of this, we see him walking away and we see the ladies come in. I don't know about y'all, but I felt like Tisha was too happy to know that
I was like, why are you all in Mel's business right now? Like, y'all are just having a good moment. I'm gonna need you to be the one to just sit back and be quiet.
My sister,
baby, I threw my shoe.
It was too much, and it was just too much. That's all I can say. It was too much. It was too much.
Yeah. I didn't like it. I didn't like the way she was coming in. And then, you know, when Melody said, and then he got this baby coming away. He got a baby. So
it's true.
You act just like your mama.
Yep.
And
Wanda, Wanda 2.0.
Yeah. So, I mean, and like, y'all, I was glad that this was over at this point. You know, you see all the ladies getting together. They at the end, it's like looking at the end of what's the name? Waiting to exhale when they are the new year.
Now I do detest, you know, I do detest the logo, the graphic of this season with all the little squares and stuff.
Yeah, but the squares bother me.
It's horrible. It's horrible. It's like somebody did it at a high school project. But
I did it on Canva and it would have looked a lot better.
But I do think Destiny will have her own square next season.
She gonna get a square.
Destiny gonna get a square the same way they got those peaches in Atlanta. My nails are horrible. I haven't got my nails done forever. I don't care. Love me or leave me, baby. I don't care. I really
Let me get off this thing. Y'all got anything?
Years old. I'm not doing Black History Month, dog.
We're an hour 23 minutes in. Y'all got anything else to say so we get on off this place?
And y'all let me have champagne tonight, so we need to go.
Oh, we did that?
Really?
Hold on. I ain't meant to do it like that. I was trying to answer my phone. No. It was just convenient that I did it at that time, but I was really going to pick up my phone.
I got you, sis.
I was really going to pick up my phone.
Yeah. Anyhow, y'all. So next week we're gonna see the end of this season. They're gonna do like the behind the scenes, whatever. So we're looking forward to that. Y'all looking forward to anything next season? Y'all think Ariane coming on next season?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, God.
I think we will see maybe her face a little bit more. Not that she will be prominent or anything like that, but remember, I don't even know if it was earlier this season, definitely last season, when she was spoken of, there was no name. I do believe there was a phone conversation, at one point, and you know how they always give the tagline underneath. Her name was not given. It was the woman Martell has been like it was very generic, and this time it was Ariane. And she was, and so I think that's very telling that she very well might be a part of it. You know, and I'm gonna make a note to say something offline about that.
Okay.
All right. Say that I learned that heifer's name during this conversation.
I just learned it during the episode. I did not know. Right.
I didn't I knew her name because the entire situation just was a trigger for me. So I'm sure they showed it, but I didn't see it because I was just ready to slap the hell out of Martell.
Yeah.
So I literally learned her name during this conversation.
Wow. Yeah. I get that.
Because the way that I see women like that, y'all remember on Basketball Wives when Evelyn told Tammy, "You a non-MFing factor." That's how I feel about that. You a non-factor.
You talk about Basketball Wives. I have not seen an episode, so I don't even know.
But yeah,
even you ain't saying one either. A period. Okay, I got you.
Yeah,
0 episodes. I've never seen one episode.
I don't think anybody ever expected this to come about, even though he was leading to this. It still was kind of unexpected. So when they put her name up there, I was like, wait a minute, because at first I didn't know who he was talking to. And
I knew who he was talking to.
When he put the name up there, because again, I don't follow them. Other than us talking about it and me watching episode to episode, I don't keep up with all the other goings on. And so I was like, oh wait, that's her. Goodness, they're showing her name. And so I just thought that it was telling. But like you, like because they're all the babies are brothers and sisters now.
Yeah.
Siblings. The babies are siblings, so the adults need to get it together. And I have never cursed on our little platform. The adults need to get it the fuck together.
Oh, I appreciate that cuss word because I feel like you really
get it together.
Worked on it, and
it was guttural. It was
I felt like you. That's what Yanla said. Let it come up. Let it come on up. Let it come up.
Say it with your chest. I said that with my chest.
That's what she said. Give it a name. Give it a name, baby. Give it a name.
Yes, she did. She said, the adults need to get the fuck together.
That's right. Give it a name and give it a sound. That's what we're doing over here. All right, y'all. So we'll be doing next week's episode. We'll come back and talk about this behind the scenes. I'm kind of on the fence about wanting to even do a review on that, but I feel like it'll be something good to do a quick little.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna try to keep it under like an hour to talk about that.
That.
What?
I agree. I said yes. We need to because the behind the scenes that I don't think we're gonna have much tea.
It won't be a whole lot to talk about, but we'll do it. Anything else, y'all? All hearts clear, all minds clear?
We clear.
All minds clear. See y'all backstage.
All right, y'all have a good rest of the evening. Thank y'all so much for watching us. We will see y'all Friday when we'll review Married at First Sight.
I'm gonna be here Friday. I have friends coming in town from Memphis. Woo-hoo. So I will be entertaining Friday night. And I gotta get my hair cut. My hair is awful right now. I gotta get my hair cut. So
your hair is fine.
It's not, but okay.
We can't see it from here. So no, we can't. Anyway, y'all be good. Thank y'all for joining us, and we will see y'all next time. Everybody say bye.
Say bye, amigo. Bye.